Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another economic capsule regarding the Puerto Rico economy. We have entitled our economic capsule, Trouble with the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority. Recently, as of July 1st, just a few days, Puerto Rico will be experiencing another increase in its water rates. And this has been going on now for the past, since 2018 when PRASA started. So let's talk about what this entails for you and I as residents of Puerto Rico. 95% of all those clients of the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority are households, and they represent 60% of the revenues that the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority receives. And this is information as of April of 2023, so it is most current, which means that if we are responsible for 60% of the revenues, you and I are responsible for the expenses of the Aqueduct and Sewer Authority. Let's look then at this graph, which depicts the evolution of these water rates since most recently 2000, which the minimum water rate was $8.28. Yes, $8.28. And then it continued increasing in 2006. A lot of things have been happening in the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority. There's some water treatment plants which the Environmental Board, the Federal Environmental Board, just said, hey, you cannot open unless you are in compliance with. And that required a memorandum of understanding and a CIP. So all that happened during the 2006-2007, two attempts at privatization of the Aqueduct and Sewer Authority, and two ended in failure. So the water hikes continued, and as of 2013 it was $23.71. As of 2023, just before the prelude of the increase, it's 28.15 cents, and now as of 2023 July 1st, it's going to be $28.71. And this is just the basic tariff, doesn't include the consumption. Let's look at some of the segments in this graph, which says 2018 to 2022, which originally was through 2027 by the PRASA board. And they said, look, increases every year through 2027. There's going to be an increase in residential of 2.5%, in consumption, commercial 2.8%, industrial 3.5%, government 4.5%. So in addition to you paying more in water, that means also it's trickling through the entire economy in terms of inflation, because commerce is going to pass that on to you as a consumer, as well as the industry and certainly government. And then 2022, 2028, yes, for the next 6 years. Think of that. There are going to be continued annual increases. Then there was in 2022 a 4.9%, 95% increase in that basic water hike tariff. And then thereafter, from 2022 through 2028, it's going to be a 2% annual increase. So brace yourself. And it is, you ask yourself, well, all these increases, what is the reasoning behind? Well, it's just that the operational expenses of the water corporation are increasing. And look at this graph, the water loss, it's somewhere in the region of 65% of all that drinking water is lost. And this is not new. Even if we were before 2003, this has been going on since the 1980s. Loss of drinking water that has been processed, and you and I have been paying for this. Any other private company that loses 65% of its product should be closed, but we continue paying for this. And the forecast of the PRASA board is that even by 2027, this loss of water will continue to be 41%. And now these measures are going to be the metering with a private-public alliance with a private company. It's going to be federal funds, which they entail somewhere in the region of $628 million. It's going to be the rate adjustments, and otherwise, but you know, this next graph depicts for you the risk for the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority, and these are a decline in population. We continue declining, and this is what the PRASA board is forecasting in its most recent certified fiscal plan for the Aqueduct and Sewer Authority. It's negative 0.3 in 2024, negative 0.5 in 2025, and thereon. So lower population, that means less households, less clients for the Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority, and there is no real economic growth as they are forecasting. Taking out inflation, the GNP growth in real terms in Puerto Rico, negative 0.18% in fiscal 2024, which starts now in July of 2023, negative 0.2 in 2025. Slight increase of 0.25% in 2026, and some increase in 2027 of 1.7. Not enough to pull Puerto Rico out of its current depression. And then the inflation forecast, it's unreal. I mean, in 2023, the consumer price index was 5.9%, and now it's about 2%, 1.3%. And then finally, if we are really dependent on expectation of federal funds for PRASA, look at this. For the different programs, the Congress has obligated from 2024 or as of April 2023, it's $5.1 billion, and we have received only $645 million, or 12.6%. The PRASA board is forecasting that the Aqueduct and Sewer Authority will, with luck, between 2024 and 2028, will receive 624 million, or an additional 12.2% of what Congress obligated or approved. So all in all, it's 25%. Puerto Rico Aqueduct and Sewer Authority, better you use these funds for infrastructure well, so that they are really productive, because otherwise you and I will continue to be paying higher water rates or JetBlue one way to the United States. If you liked our economic capsules, don't forget to subscribe to the Voice of Heidie Calero in YouTube. Give us a like in those capsules that you like, and don't forget this is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse, and that the economy is all of us. Thank you.